So I apologize. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. Are you ready for a great day? It is Friday morning, October 8th, 8:05 in the morning. I am first morning meteorologist Eric Burris. Lots of moisture in play, and that's going to really play in to the overall pattern through the day today. This morning, let me take you outside, and you'll immediately notice a little bit of a fog, a little bit of a haze almost. Yeah, there's already the moisture in play. Happy to say, though, that we are at least nice and quiet. When we come over to our first warning Doppler radar, we are not seeing big, heavy downpours over top of us. What you're actually seeing here across Lake and Marion counties, those are referred to as second trip echoes. That's because there are some really nasty storms way out here. It's technically not out of our radar's range. In other words, our radar can get it, but it's out of our scan radius. So what you're ending up seeing is it's taking so long to get back from the beam being pushed out that it's coming back 1 degree off and it's showing up as garbage. We can clean that up, but on a day like today, we want to keep our PRF up on the radar. So anyway, these are all things that you never need to worry about. All I can tell you is that is not real rain. We are nice and quiet this morning. All right? All right, let's talk about temperatures, shall we? 76 degrees in Orlando. It's 74 in Ocala, 72 degrees in Titusville, and 73 in Palm Bay. So it is a very nice start to the day. Yes, the humidity, the mugginess, it's all there. Look at these dew points. It is in the mid-70s outside, so it feels as muggy as can be. There's a lot of moisture in play, and of course, when we check in on our visibility numbers, you can very clearly see visibilities are running a little lower, especially north of town. Places like DeLand at a half mile, Ocala at a quarter mile visibility. And even Daytona Beach and New Smyrna Beach, there's a little bit of haze there. There's pockets of haze around. Elsewhere, pockets of fog. It's funny, this morning my son was like, Daddy, why is there smoke everywhere? And it's like, no, we're driving in a cloud. And you should have seen his face. He's like, we're driving in a cloud? What? But yeah, to some extent, that's exactly what has happened. So anyway, we've got that this morning. That is our personification of the moisture. Through the day today, we'll continue with a mostly cloudy sky, and we will watch those temperatures climb to about 90 degrees until those showers and thunder showers come calling. 80% coverage of rain later on. Yeah. Not perfect. John, good morning to you. Tim, happy Aloha Friday. Good morning to you, my friend. Diane, good morning to you. Playing golf in Port Orange this morning. How's the weather this morning? Not too bad. Later today, it's going to be a little iffy. Nancy says, yes, it's so humid and muggy here in Tampa this morning. Nancy, good morning to you. Yeah, humid, muggy start. That's just the way we're rolling. Unfortunately. Sarah, good morning to you. Lori, when do you think we will get the first cold front? We already got it. We already got the first cold front. You didn't like it, Lori? We got like a week of low temperatures in the 60s. That was delicious. Now, this is what we've got. Lows in the mid and upper 70s. Highs around 90. Afternoon showers and thunder showers. Oh, well. Richard, good morning. Chris, we ignore the fake rain so we can look for the real rain. That's some deep stuff. That is some deep stuff. Carolyn says, please, I need a thunderstorm. I have a feeling we'll probably get a couple of those thunderstorms later on today. I think so. Yeah, it's foggy out, Becca says. Indeed. Storm system sitting off the coast of the Carolinas, but you can see there's plenty of moisture. All of those clouds working into our area. Yeah, it is plenty of moisture around. Good morning. It's a slow start today. A little better for me today than yesterday, but I hear what you're saying. Tomorrow, Daytona Girls Weekend with my daughter for her 17th birthday. Jennifer, that sounds like so much fun. So we'll get there. We'll get to tomorrow. Let's start with today and peek in on Futurecast, and then we'll just expand Futurecast beyond, right? So this is the short-term Futurecast, and notice by about lunchtime, we've got rains kind of starting to crop up over I-75. It's not going to be too bad, but that's just kind of the first indication of what's doing, all right? Just the first indication. Diane says, attending an outdoor wedding tomorrow in South Jacksonville. Rain. We'll look at it. Let's just work through time. Hot and crappy morning so far, Bruce says. Sounds like somebody needs a hug. Bruce, I'm going to come over there and give you a big hug, buddy. I live in Miami. Lori, good morning. Melanie, off topic. What do you think about Captain Kirk going into space? I mean, I think it's awesome. I really think it's awesome. I wish he was doing an actual orbit and doing the whole SpaceX thing, but if Jeff Bezos offered him a seat, you don't turn that chance down. So, but that's cool. I'm very excited about that. All right, let's roll through. If they do any kind of a broadcast, I have a feeling I'm going to be watching said broadcast. So 1-2 o'clock, we start to see those rain pockets picking up, and it's going to be out west first, and then watch how it just kind of spreads into our area. Widely scattered showers and thunder showers. Really, it's going to be like 5 o'clock through 7 o'clock, and then after that, things are going to kind of start fading, except for Brevard County. You're going to continue to see rain right through sunset tonight. Yeah. Tamara says, I know everybody does not like rain during the weekend, but we really need the rain, and better than a hurricane to get that rain. Well, it's a good point. Definitely don't want a hurricane. Can you push the button to send some rain to New Smyrna? As Mr. Scott would say the word, Admiral. The word is given. Yeah, I think that we may get some more rainfall. Do you think we'll have any more hurricanes this season? Absolutely. The question is, do they happen here? Hopefully far enough away from here. Paul, good morning to you. Nancy, good morning. Any thunderstorms in Palm Coast? There's definitely going to be some rain around Palm Coast around 4:30, 5 o'clock. Now, what happens after? Let's go to a longer version of Futurecast. All right, so here's tomorrow morning. Starting off with plenty of clouds. It looks like we'll be good through the morning, but then into the afternoon, notice we're going to start to bubble up some of those showers and thunder showers, especially south of town. The focus for the rain shifted just a little bit from Saturday to Friday, which is a good thing if you want to, participate in outdoor plans. So I think that tomorrow is looking a little bit better, but tonight, not looking as good. So high school football, Melbourne and Palm Bay. You're going to have lingering rain through 9 o'clock. It's going to be a rain pattern for you right through the end of the game. I wish I had better news for you. What about this game? This is Pine Ridge and Bishop Moore. Same kind of idea with showers and even a few thunder showers around. So, there's going to be some moisture in the area. But the good news is, looking ahead to the weekend forecast, that area of high pressure over Louisiana is going to build in just enough that we may be able to scoot some of that moisture a little further south for our Saturday. And then for Sunday, kind of the same idea. As that high pressure area kind of tries to build in just a little bit more, we may have just enough of an opportunity to do okay. We're going to have showers. We're going to have thunder showers, but it's not going to be a washout like it was looking to be. So that's a little bit better news. Let's see here. Concert in West Palm tonight. How will the weather be? The further south you go, it looks like the more rain we're going to have. So not the best for our friends down in WPBF land. Colleen, it's my pleasure. Hope you're doing well. Chris, engage. That's the next generation. I need that. Woke up for the second day with a bad back. I'm sorry to hear that, Bruce. Got to take care of yourself, buddy. Got to take care of yourself. Let's see here. When will Orlando see storms today? What do we say? Like around 3, 4 o'clock, something in that vicinity? I think so. Colleen says, go Bishop Moore. Love it. I know it's Florida, but any cooler fall weather. We do eventually get there. But for right now, we just don't have any on the horizon right now. At the moment, at least. Thanks for the info. Karen, of course. My pleasure. Diana, Eric, you lost so much weight. You're looking good. Thank you. How many pounds have I lost now? As of today, 88.6 pounds. Yep, I weigh 196.4. When I hit 100 pounds, that's going to be like mind-boggling to me, personally. All right, speaking of mind-boggling, we've got college football coming up, and I'm a big fan. Over the Bounce House on Saturday, ECU coming to town, and I think we're going to be watching for a few showers and thunder showers. That means my friends that are out there tailgating, just prepare for needing to hop under that umbrella, that sort of thing. Bring the 10 by 10, bring the 12 by 12, put a couple of tents together, that sort of thing. Just be ready for that. All right, my friends? All right. The other home game in the peninsula is the Gators welcoming Vandy to town. We'll watch for a couple of showers. I think that because you're a little further north, I think that your forecast looks a little bit better. And then certainly for FSU being up there at Chapel Hill, just outside of Raleigh, a few showers, but look at the temperature, like 70 degrees. That doesn't look bad at all. So at least we've got some good stuff. Tom, any tropics issues the next 10 days? Well, let's look and see what's doing in the tropics, shall we? First and foremost, the thing that we're watching off the coast of the Carolinas, okay, that's the only game in town that we're watching at the moment for possible development. Hurricane Center gave it a 30% likelihood of developing. Okay, now that said, we are running computer models on it, and it does basically bring gusty conditions to the Carolinas. There's not a very big opportunity for it to develop, but it does look like it may want to try. Just, like sticking its toe in the sand or its toe in the water just to see if it tries to get going. Juniper, good morning. Good morning. So we'll be watching that. Intensity models are not bullish on it. Cindy, good morning. Long time no see. So there we go. Does it get into tropical storm status? The models say that it could borderline, maybe even a tropical depression. But the question is, does it get organized? At the moment, it is not. It does not show any kind of organization. So we'll watch it and, of course, keep you up to date on it. But for now, it's not, the models are not all that bullish on it doing anything. As a matter of fact, when we just kind of look at the wider perspective, like I said, there's a narrow window that it may try to do something this weekend, but it's not there for now. So what does our forecast look like? Well, there's the area of low pressure off the Carolinas. We've got that moisture in play for us over the course of the day today. Little waves of rain are going to be moving our direction into the weekend as that little window of opportunity kind of plays out. Does it develop? There it is, Sunday, still sitting off the Carolinas, and then eventually kind of makes its way in. I will say that is an indicator for the LRC season next year. So we'll have to see kind of how that plays out. That's one of my notes that I've made for the day is that may very well play in to see how this plays out. All right? Juniper says hi. Good morning, Juniper. Cindy says, I'm disappearing. I'm disappearing. That's okay. As long as I'm healthier. That's all that matters. Good morning to you. Aldorica. I hope I didn't just destroy your name. Aldorica? Aldorica? How do you say it? Help me with the phonetics if you don't mind. I'd love to know so that I can do it correctly for you. Pick up both kids and a friend at daycare, and you will feel how much you've lost. Well, listen, every day that I go to the daycare, I've got Eric and I've got Alexander, and that's some weight. Memory on Facebook this morning, a Wesh report on Michael moving in 3 years ago. Let me just read to you. My Facebook reminded me from 2018. I made this post in 2018, okay? And then we're going to check the models on the tropics. Let me just close this window up. But I wanted to read to you a post that I made in 2018. And this holds true today. For anyone that thinks we weather people love hurricanes, I just want to throw a shout out to my buddy Tony Manolfi and his family. This is the third vacation the poor guy has had to alter due to hurricanes this year. It's our jobs, but anyone that thinks that we love when hurricanes threaten, just know we really don't. I wrote that in 2018. I remember that season so well because I feel like every time Manolfi had vacation, it got messed with. I just remember by the end of the season, Tony's wife, Jane Ann, was like, can we just get a vacation here? Like some family time? Man, I remember that year. Now with the LRC, here's how I do vacations. With the LRC, don't judge me for this, but when I come out with my long-range hurricane forecast, I put in my vacation time first. And then when my vacation time's in around the LRC, I pass it on to Tony. And then we pass it on to the rest of the team to take, knowing like, maybe don't take vacation this week. Maybe don't take vacation this week. Maybe don't take vacation this week, I'm trying to help you out, Manolfi. It's the one thing in the world I have seniority over Manolfi in. The LRC, because I come up with it. Now, hold on a second. Let me see if I can get Tony on the phone. The question is, I don't know, did he need to cancel any of his vacation time this year? Let me see if I can get him on the phone for a real quick chat. Let's ask him. If he answers. If he answers. Hopefully he doesn't answer yelling at me. Let's see. He worked last night, so, maybe he doesn't answer.
Hi, this is Wesh 2, Chief Media.
Yeah, he didn't answer. Maybe he'll call back. I'm just curious, did he have to take and change vacation time this year? Carolyn says he's sleeping. He probably is, and he deserves it. If he calls back, hopefully I'll remember what I was trying to get in touch with him in the first place. He'll always call back. Chris says he's walking Stella. He always calls me when he's walking Stella. He and I talk after coffee talk, I would say almost every day. The bromance is real. All right, let's talk tropics, my friends. And if he calls back, we will grab him. All right, so here's a look at what's doing in the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, and the Atlantic waters near us. Why aren't you wanting to go? Okay, there we are. So there's the model showing that lowering pressure. This is Sunday. You can kind of, see that Sunday. It's lowering pressure. It's not all that deep, but there's something there. And you can kind of see the pressure extending into our area. So the lowering pressure, while there may be a low off the coast of the Carolinas, there may be that moisture over Florida. Adam says, tell him you need the weekend off. Listen, let me tell you what kind of a knucklehead he is. He would just do it. He would cancel all of his weekend plans. I mean, unless he literally can't. That's the kind of guy he is. Probably saw who was calling. Listen, Mary Lee, he calls me all the time too. We annoy the snot out of each other. But I've worked with Manolfi for the better part. I've been in television now for 21 years. I've worked with Manolfi for 15 years. Yeah, because I'm going on the 16th anniversary of being with my company in February. So, yeah. All right. Now, right there, you've got that moisture. Now, that'll be something interesting just to watch. Lowering pressures. Nothing significant, but lowering pressures. Lowering pressures in the Gulf. That's the 17th. And these are just little indicators of things. You see that lowering pressure could be piece of energy, and then a cold front comes, sweeps through, and picks it up. That's what, the 20th? Did I mark anything on the BSR for the 20th? Let me look. Oh, look at that. The 19th. Okay, look at this, my friend. So that is Wednesday, October 20th. Look at what I put on the 19th on my calendar. I don't know if the webcam will pick it up. And red, at the very top, it says tracking the tropics. Added October 1st. So added that 8 days ago. And look at that. Maybe we're tracking the tropics. And we haven't visited the BSR in a while, frankly, right? So we probably should. Here's a look at the BSR. Probably should. Let me stop the motion and let's just look at this together. So the BSR, what is the BSR? So now that we're in the dead zone for the LRC, the BSR is our other long-range technique. The LRC lets us go up to 10 months ahead of time. The BSR gives us a couple of weeks notice, but it gives us something, all right? So right there, let me look. That's the 18th. What was I just talking? Oh, that's it right there. You see that moisture in the... I love that. So you see the stormy weather in the Gulf? You see those lows in the Gulf? That's crazy. You see those lows in the Gulf? Look at the model for that. That translates to being the 18th. That's what? That's 6Z on the 20th. So in the same window, lowering pressure in the Gulf of Mexico. There it is on the BSR. Let's continue through. It's still there on the 20th. Doesn't really do much. Now that's something interesting there. Like coming off of Mexico. Right there. It's minor. There's something over South Florida. Some kinks in the isobars right there. Along that front. Nothing big. No big signals. Yeah. So that's really the only signal that I've got is around there in terms of tropics, around the 19th. Watching the Gulf. That's the only big one that I see. Now, that said, let's look further out. Nope. Let's look to the upper levels. And let's just see what's doing at 500 and see if there's any indicators of anything. Little cool front right in there. That would be the 20. That'd be around the 14th, 15th, which I've already got marked, by the way, as cold front, ? So added that September 29th. There's that Gulf kind of developing low we were just looking at on the models. Shows up at 500. Storm system north of us. Little front right there. What is that? That is... That's the 15th. Yeah. And then anything beyond that. Little cool front there. That would be valid 12Z. That's the 28th of October. A week little cool front. Wow, that's a busy day for me. I've got my surgeon, I've got my dentist, and I've got a haircut that day. Holy cannoli. October 28th. And it looks like there may be a little cool front moving through. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. It doesn't look like there's much to talk about, at least in the tropics here locally. So for what it's worth, there's something there. Interesting. All right. Anybody have any questions about the LRC or the BSR? What is Stella chewing on back there? Can you really hear her? That's too funny. Please tell me the weather will be decent Tuesday through Friday. What of this upcoming week? I mean, it's the weather's not bad. It's just we're kind of, we're in this interesting little scenario where there's moisture. And so, here's the 7-day forecast. If I click play. The rain chances are going to be with us. They're just going to be ticking down just a little bit. So at least there's that. Let's see here. Chances of rain today near Dunellen area versus tomorrow for kayaking. I would say depends on the time, Cindy. Both mornings don't look bad, but the afternoons are looking rough. Today probably a little rougher than tomorrow. I add these things to my calendar when you add them to your smart, Cindy. Yeah, so keep it honest, right? I promise I don't change these things. I didn't see anything significant to add to the calendar just now, so for what it's worth. Good morning from the Mars family in Melbourne, Florida. Good morning to you, Kaylee, and the rest of the family. And good morning to you. When's rain showing up? Well, today, this afternoon, we've got it. Maureen, October 24th was Wilma in South Florida. The good news is we don't have any clear indicators on model data or on the BSR. So for right now, we're not doing too badly. Yeah. For now, it does look like we're looking okay through October. But again, your first LRC indication of next year is right there off the coast of the Carolinas. That is going to be an indicator, which means that probably going to see some activity in the Carolinas next year would be my initial call. Now, we have to see how it plays out in further cycles. But, yeah. Becca, Eric, don't know if you answered this, but going down to Kissimmee to my mother-in-law's timeshare tomorrow morning, coming back in the afternoon on Sunday. Will we have rain? Because you're a little further south, I would say your chance of rain is probably a little higher than the rest of us. So it's not anything you can't handle. I mean, it's still probably going to be lesser than like a summer's day, but yeah, you're probably going to get a little bit of rain. Carol says, I get the L and the R, but what is the C? So the L and the R, that's the Lezak recurring cycle, right? The idea is that the weather establishes October, November, and then it cycles over and over and over and over again for the next year. However long that cycle is, as soon as it's done, it repeats and it repeats and it ebbs and flows a little bit, but there's the overall idea. Viewer question, does Tony only have one phone? I think so. I don't know. I think so. I only have one phone. I don't know if Tony has more than one phone. Oh, what are you trying to see if I call his personal number versus his work cell phone? That's the phone that Tony and I have used together for 15 years. So Individual phones for personal and business use cell. So I don't know. I mean, I've got my personal cell phone. This is mine. Hi, I pay for this. And I use a Google number if I need to like make a work call on it. I think that I don't know Tony's deal. I don't know. He may only have one and it may be a work. I don't know. I'm still a weather nerd in training. Carol says, that's okay. Listen, I've been in television weather. I've been in television weather now for 20 years. Good God. I feel like Doc Brown. Has it been that long? I've been in television weather for 20 years. I started at the end of 2001. And I'm still learning things, Carol. I'm still learning things. You know? So it's okay. What a privilege for anyone to ask a meteorologist questions. Well, of course, Chris. What a privilege it is for a meteorologist to get to talk to people that depend on him for weather. That, to me, is my privilege, so I appreciate it. What does weather for Friday Night Football look like, Delander? Well, I'll tell you, this is just basically the Friday Night Football forecast. You're not going to love it. It's going to be comfortable, temperature-wise. Just temperature-wise. But the storms, not great. So, for what it's worth. Exactly, Kenneth. Exactly right. Let's all call Tony. Let's not bother him. Let's not bother poor Tony. I've got 2 Google numbers for those questionable calls. You know what it is my Google number rings to my personal phone, but I can block people if they're crazy. I can, I've got do not disturb so that it doesn't ring when I'm not, not in like regular business hours, that sort of thing. It's just, at the end of the day, I'd like to think that Tony, listen, Tony does a Facebook Live every day. I do a Facebook Live every day. We try to make ourselves as like open to anyone as possible. But you don't want a creeper, like Sonia down the street. A little creeper. No, I'm just kidding, Sonia. You're fine. You and your husband are fine. I love you guys. But no, you don't want you want to be able to separate it a little bit. So, yeah. When are you going to have Luana on Coffee Talk? Probably should. Probably should at some point. When the weather's quieter. Yeah. Accessible. We want to be accessible. We tweet, and if you tweet us, we tweet you back. That's all. We do the best we can. I used to carry, Becca, a work phone and a personal phone, and I hated it. I ended up always leaving my personal or my work phone at home. So I told them I only want my one phone. I don't want two. Elise texted. Active advisories isn't triggering in Prism. Why wouldn't it trigger in Prism? Is this a riddle? ? He said there's a scene called Active Advisories. He said Active Advisories isn't triggering in Prism. I know why. Do you? Did the cord die? I really don't know. If he's riddling me, Elise, when is the next cold front coming? So we were showing on the BSR. There are a couple of little windows here of cooler air. Or at least windows of lowered humidity. Right there would be one. That is, hold on. That is a week from today-ish. Yeah, and I've got that marked down. Had that marked down since September 29th. But a week from today, that right there, you see how our upper level winds come in from the northwest to us? That is an indicator of a cool front. So, yeah, I mean, there's there could be our next opportunity. It does not show up in the 7-day forecast, so don't be disappointed when you see it, because a week from today, first off, a week from today is not there. But, you can kind of see those temperatures are trying to trend in that direction. But I would say, the next indicator of one is a week from today. So we'll see how that plays out. How about the afternoon with Eric? Oh, yeah, let's do this. What do you think? I wanted to do like an afternoon update. What do you think? Prism, aka no, Prism is the name of our system. So we have the weather computer, the weather company's weather system. We also have the Barron system. We've got every weather, literally, and I'm not just saying this to like be a promo, but like when you're looking at weather jobs, one of the big questions is, what computer do you use? Because whether or not you realize it, you live or die by the weather system that you use. We have everything. Everything on the market, Wesh has purchased for us. Which is why you see Dan Newland's name there on the top right corner. Somebody got to pay for that. That said, although he doesn't pay for Coffee Talk, so hold on, he only pays for the TV part. We're going clean for Coffee Talk. Nobody pays that bill. So Prism is the system that takes these graphics, renders them as an image, and pushes them to the web. So something isn't working. Here, what did he say? It's because we changed the output of that Stormwarn file from saving on the core to saving on Max 3, and the trigger's still set to TVDC2. Oh, I forgot. Smart and handsome, period. The best combination for your fiance, LOL. Alex and I are dangerous together because he's so smart that everything that I struggle with, he's great at. And I feel like things that he struggles with, I'm great at. I think that we really do help each other. I'm so grateful for the team that we have at Wesh. I think that everybody complements each other in a beautiful way. Seriously. Carolyn, does Wesh have their own radar? Yes. You know how I know it? Because I'm constantly tweaking it and I'm constantly working on it. Like, for example, here's a look at the radar, our live radar right now, and those second trip echoes. Let me fix them. Hold on. VNC. Hold on. Let me VNC into the radar. Is it 72? I thought it was 71. 41? Ah, it's 71. What is the IP? If I was an IP, is it 41? I think it's 41. Yeah. There's our radar. Wait. Yeah, so there's our live radar. So I'm just going to bring, for the moment, so you can see these are the second trip echoes. Watch. Just change the PRF. Those should disappear. Yep. See what we did there? Nerd stuff. Yeah, that's the advantage of having your own live radar, is that you can, see that? See how it clears out? Boop. And not only having your own live radar, but knowing how to use it. An afternoon update is perfect for me as I work early mornings until noon. Love seeing you live. I don't know that it'll be live all the time. There may be days where it's taped, but yeah. Are you up for another live update? You already give us a lot of your valuable time. I feel like if it's just a quick update that's not live that I could tape sometime around noon and then get it, something like that. That's the way I look at it. Yeah. All right. So we cleaned up the radar a little bit. We'll put the PRF up. The PRF is where the PRF comes into play is the velocity data. See how as soon as I made that change, the velocity becomes lesser? See that? That's where the PRF plays in. So for right now, the radar's quiet. I'll definitely punch up the PRF again later today, just in case. Just in case. Drive by the antenna on I-4. Yeah, Bill, that thing's still there. 192.168.00. Exactly right. Rose, my mom loves Tony, but I love you, Eric. Listen, it's a house divided. That's okay. That's okay. My thing is, now I need to win your mom over, though. How does the weather look in Windermere into the afternoon? Hoping the weather holds off until at least 2 or 3. I think you'll be all right, Allison. I think so. Do you vary the tilt? It depends. If we need to, the overall idea is to keep the tilt level as low as is possible. We do run into situations where we need to raise it sometimes, that sort of thing. What are we scanning at right now? This is our technical readout. The technical readout of this battle station. So I just switched the pulse repetition frequency down to 400. Where are we at? What's the elevation? Yeah, 0.5. Yeah, so we're scanning at 0.5 elevation, which is the lowest tilt level. That's what you're wanting to do. Yeah, that's what you're wanting to do. When is drive-through going to kick back in? When the tropics are super quiet. Yeah. All right, that's all we got. Done. Becco said a few months back that I'm his Facebook wife. Giddy up. Thank you. All right, that's all I got for you, people. Are you good? Are we good? All right. I need to come up with a name for the afternoon update. We'll figure it out. I don't know what, but we'll figure it out. Be the sunshine in someone else's day, would you? Thank you so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I will chat with you guys and gals later on.